Unqualified heroes!
Oh,
Back at it again, season 2, episode 4. I'm one of your co hosts, Daniel Perez.
and I am Messi Morales, and we are your qualified
Unqualified
heroes.
heroes. Let's go. So, if you don't know and you live under a rock, today was a big day for superhero fans all around the world if you have electricity. All around the world. And if you're a comic book nerd, then even more so because everything that we're going to be talking about today heavily revolves around comic books and certain runs that happen. So, Messi, what was announced earlier today?
Today got announced the slate for the new DC projects coming on during the years. So James Gunn decided to just boom, just announce 10 projects that are in the works at DC right now that will be part, like, quote unquote, if you want to like find a word to like, I don't know, like make sense to it. It's like a phase, but the MCU is called phases. But in here, it's called chapter.
Chapter.
And the name of the chapter is Gods and Monster. So each chapter, I'm guessing, will have a name, different name for each one. And the lineup was pretty crazy. I'm not gonna lie, some projects were like, why? But some were good. I'm not gonna deny it. There's some projects that I was not expecting to be a thing, but yeah, it was a roller coaster of emotions. Like, yay, why? But so yeah, so he dropped that today, announcing all this stuff. So that's why we're here. We're hyped, and we're gonna talk about it and give each other's opinions and reactions to it. So
Yeah, I'm just going to say, wow, we're finally talking about DC and not in a, oh, so this happened to Ezra Miller. So this happened to Ezra Miller. Oh, and also, this also happened to Ezra Miller. This is finally like good news.
good news.
Oh my gosh, it's been so long. We're finally going to get good news going forward, most likely. It might take a little bit, a couple years, but
Yeah.
we're going to get good news. So this is a step in the right direction. Zack Snyder fans everywhere crying, but I
Sean.
think I think that they will enjoy a lot of these projects once they see them.
Mm-hmm.
And I do have a question for you. I don't think this has anything to do with it, but in the Zack Snyder Justice League, when it had parts, because it was like cut into like 7 or 8 parts, was it called chapters?
I don't remember.
I think it was called chapters.
Probably. I honestly do not remember. I seen it one time when it came out. I haven't rewatched it.
We saw it together that one day.
Yeah, and that's the only time I've seen it.
But yeah, so
chapters,
that's basically what happened. We got chapters. I really like the idea of like having names for it. I don't know. It kind of gives you an idea of what you're gonna get within that phase or chapter. So seeing gods and monsters. And Marvel did that, I don't know what they would call it because it's just one thing. But I think it would be cool. I think names are cool. But
yeah,
we're gonna go through these projects that were announced. I will say everyone was like, bro, when is James Gunn gonna release this? Is January? He said in January, and it's like January 28th. It still hasn't happened. And he's like tweeting, he's like, don't worry, it'll come. And we're like, when? If we finally got like an official announcement on the 30th, which, I mean, process of elimination, you only got one day anyway. So
one day left. Yeah,
whatever. But these projects, I actually am kind of really excited for a lot of them. And I'd say the biggest thing I'm excited for is just continuity, because we don't have that in DC. Everything's all over the place.
Yep.
It was kind of funny. James Gunn kind of like ripped apart the previous DC movies. He's like, yeah, everything was all over the place. Wonder Woman 1 and Wonder Woman 2 were two completely different movies. It was really interesting what he was saying. But I mean, it's true. It's what we were all thinking. We're like, bro, everything's all over the place. Nothing is. And the fact that they're going to make video games canon, everything's canon. He says Superman Onward is canon. if it's in a video game, if it's in a show, a movie, it's all tied together. I think that's really cool. You're gonna be playing a video game and you're like, bro, this is canon. I don't know. That's
Yeah,
cool.
the only studio that's doing that is Star Wars, Lucasfilms, with
Yeah.
all the Star Wars stuff. So we've seen it before, but now we're seeing it on a superhero base project, stuff like that. So it will be pretty cool to see like this animation show. It's connected to this live action show, and then the video game comes around. We want to continue the story, but just in
Yeah.
different ways
We
of
can
getting
play
there.
the story. Like
Yeah,
something that we visually see. We're playing the story. So I think that's awesome. But
yeah.
so we got 10 projects. I'm just gonna say that I was not expecting 10 projects. He
I
said
honestly thought it
first
was gonna be like one project, not
I thought it was gonna be like four. I was like, he's gonna announce like four projects. One of them is gonna be Peacemaker season 2, and one of them will be Superman, and then like two other projects. That's what I thought. But we got a ton. We got 10, and on top of that, he said this isn't even all of chapter 1.
yeah. So there's still some projects that he didn't announce. So we'll see what they are, but I don't know. We'll see.
Bro, this is crazy because I mean you can't compare them, but like we have to compare them because there's
There's
nothing
only
else to compare it to. DC and Marvel. You think about Marvel Phase 4, how many projects they had? Phase 5, how many projects they're gonna have? It's gonna be close to 10.
no,
But
no.
there's more now. There's more than 10 projects in one phase or chapter. Like, dang. But I
Yeah,
think it's gonna be they're gonna take their time. DC has never had issues with CGI. They've never had issues with that, and even except that
other
one
than the
Superman,
mustache.
yeah, other than that
Yeah,
one mustache scene. But we don't talk
yeah.
about that. But the they're taking their time. Superman doesn't like the first projects don't come out till 2025.
2025. Yeah,
That's
that's
a long
that's
time.
far. Yeah, and Batman too. Batman the second one for Matt Reeves also
Yeah,
coming on 2025. So like almost every major project is not close. It's
it's not.
pretty
Yeah,
far away.
you got 2 more years. The year just started. You
Yeah,
got 2 more years before you get. We're still gonna have other DC movies like The Flash, Aquaman,
yeah.
um,
Shazam
Shazam. Yeah.
and
Oh,
Blue
and Blue
Beetle.
Beetle and Blue Beetle. So you got four
Yeah,
DC projects, which are all this year. So I guess
yeah.
no DC projects in 24.
Maybe I don't know. Well, they have the animation show for the I forgot the Commando something like that.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah, that's true. That could come in 24.
that could come 24 because he said we don't know the exact date for the Superman movie, but that's it. He said that will be the first movie starting it off for the new quote unquote face. Um,
Right.
but that will be on 2025. But there's one project before that, unless they put everything um
After Superman.
after Superman.
Hmm.
So
I don't know, but we'll see about that. We got 10 projects though, and so let's. I'm just gonna run through them quickly, and then we'll talk about it. So movie wise, we have Superman Legacy. We have The Authority, The Brave and the Bold, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, and Swamp Thing. And then, do you happen to have the TV series pulled up?
I do not.
I got the TV series pulled up. No worries. So we got Creature Commandos,
That's the one I was
Waller,
looking
Booster Gold, Lanterns, and Paradise Lost. So 5 shows, 5 movies. This is just crazy. And a lot of these are based off. I mean, they said specific like comic book runs, like, oh, this is going to be based off this comic book run or whatever. So if you
for.
kind of
Yeah,
want to know what happens in the movie or the show, read the
read the
comics that it's
comics.
based off of.
Yeah.
What is so we got these 10 projects. What is your most anticipated hype project that you're looking forward to?
Not Batman. That's like my least one. Because I'm not. I'm
Which
so
Batman
on
are we
on
talking about? Are we talking about
the
Matt Reeves Batman or the Brave and the Bold?
no the Brave and the Bold.
Okay.
because now there's two Batmans that we gotta pay and see on the big screen or whatever. The most one that I'm excited about is not Superman, is actually Supergirl.
Okay.
Supergirl, I don't know, like the way that he explained it, it was like a different point of view of like because
It's
the
gonna be dark. It's gonna
it's
be
gonna
like
be
a
a dark
darker side.
it's
Yeah.
gonna be a dark movie, and it's before she left her home planet. So like remember she's older than Clark,
Yeah.
but when they traveled to Earth, something happened to her ship that took time, and when she got to Earth, he was already grown, and she was her the same age or whatever, something like that. But we haven't seen her perspective on live action, or I don't think in any animation before she left. Like, what was she going through, all that
Yep.
stuff. So I don't know. That's the most one that I got interested on.
Okay. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for that one too, just because James Gunn did say that we're gonna have PG-13 movies and rated R, and with him kind of saying like this is a darker side movie, it could be rated R, and that's I don't know. We just like rated R movies for whatever reason, so it might even be better than that. And we haven't gotten a Supergirl movie since 1984, and no one really ever talks about that. No one ever talks about superhero movies before X-Men. They don't exist in our eyes. So, but yeah, I think that's going to be a good one. Mine is actually the opposite of yours. It's the Brave and the Bold. I'm really looking forward to this because we have a Batman. Well, this is going to be the DC's Batman. This is when we have Justice League at some point, or we see these characters all together. It's going to be this Batman. So this Batman, low key, is more important than Matt Reeves' Batman.
Yeah, but Ben Affleck was also the Justice League's Batman, and where is he at now?
Okay, but
But
that's different. Now we got a
yes,
new
but like
DC.
we do have a new DC, but I don't know. Like I see this is my problem with Batman. My problem with Batman that they always go with the same Batman. Why Bruce Wayne? Bruce Wayne, yeah, Bruce Wayne is cool, whatever. But like he's not the only Batman. Why not go beyond to other Batman? Maybe when Dick Grayson is older, he's Batman, or even Damian Wayne is older, he becomes Batman, or like Batman Beyond. Like there's so many other Batmans that they always go to the same story. Like we already know what's going on with what's gonna happen. They're gonna fight each other. He's gonna be rebel little kid, and by the end of the movie, they're two back together.
Okay,
That's
but here's the thing. Here's the thing. We have never gotten a good, like, I'm not talking about those low quality Batman and Robin movies that we had that back in the day I thought were so good and I would rewatch it like once a week.
they're
But
trash. Yeah,
a good Batman and Robin movie. This has Damian Wayne.
yeah.
I'm not sure if the previous Batman and Robin movies followed Damian Wayne. I think they were a different Robin, but I don't know. This just seems like also like a darker type of movie. Damian Wayne. I mean, come on, come on. This is gonna be a good Batman movie.
If you want to see a really good Batman and Damian movie, go watch Son of Batman or Robin versus Batman.
But that's
Animated
animated.
doesn't matter.
This is
It's a
live
story.
action.
But like it's gonna be the same thing. It's gonna be the little kid, a rebel a sec, and then Batman be like, "You're no good," da 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 da, and then by the end of the movie, they're back together fighting the bad guy. So like we've seen this story already, so that's why I'm not like even though I like the character Batman, that's why I'm more excited to see the Matt Reeves Batman than this Batman. So that being said, I don't think with the Matt Reeves Batman they're gonna do a Robin because they're doing a Robin here
Yeah,
already.
but you could also say you know what's gonna happen to Matt Reeves' Batman.
That's true, but we may not see that again because they may do like a different villain than from other villains that we have seen because they mostly use the same villains.
But
Joker.
we got Penguin, we got Joker. I mean, you already saw them tased in the first movie. We have some theories on who's gonna be in the second movie. I mean, you're probably gonna have the same people.
Yeah, but like
Okay,
The only thing that I'm excited about the Batman is to see a live action Damian Wayne. That's it. That's the
but that's
only
a big
reason
part
why.
of the movie.
Yeah, but like it's a Batman movie. Damian Wayne is just the character there, but
Really, it's a Batman and Robin movie.
yeah, but who's the Robin?
Okay,
Damian Wayne.
okay, okay. Let me put this out there. What movie will be better? Matt Reeves' Batman Part 2 or The Brave and the Bold?
Matt Reeves Batman.
You think so?
Let me tell you why. Because the expectation for Matt Reeves Batman was so good on the first try. Like we know the second one is gonna be good or better. It's not gonna be worse. If it's worse, what's the point? So it's
It
either
could
gonna
be
be good.
worse. It could be worse.
If it's not gonna be worse, it's not gonna be worse because the first one is good. It's good. Then the second one is gonna be good as the first one or better than the first one. It's not gonna be worse than the first
Iron
one.
Man 1 was good and it went downhill for Iron Man 2.
Yes, they got cocky. That's their fault. They're
They could
taking their
they could
time.
get cocky too.
Yeah, but they're taking their time to release Batman 2 because if that was the case, Batman 2 would have been out already a year later. But guess what? They're taking their time. They're doing what they need to do, and when Batman 2 comes out, it's gonna be good.
They're taking their time because they're broke. They don't got no money.
They're getting money somehow. The movie's coming out in 2025, and I'll be there first day when the other Batman
Okay,
comes
but
out and the bombs. I'm gonna be there. I told you so.
when Robert Pattinson first got casted for Batman, and like we first got an idea of Matt Reeves' Batman, we were like, this is not gonna be that good.
The only reason why people were like that is because Vampire Boy was coming to be a Batman.
And exactly, and you were on that train. You did
Everybody
not.
was. Every
Exactly,
single person was.
exactly. And so you
And
were
I take
not
it
hyped
back.
for Batman.
I
And
take
so
it back.
okay, so come
I went.
not
I went.
2025, but
I went.
come The Brave and the Bold comes out, you might be eating your words.
I might. I'm gonna take it back. I'm taking it back. What I said when the Batman got announced, I was mad because it got announced on my birthday, and it's like, bro, why they're bringing this Vampire Boy to be Batman?
It got announced on your birthday.
It got announced on my birthday. We were at Olive Garden at a restaurant that I hate. One, and
Why you
two,
at a restaurant that you hate on your
because
birthday?
it was open. It was raining. You were there. It was raining. It was open. Everything was closed for some reason.
Oh, you know what? I remember that day.
You do remember that day exactly? We were
Yeah, we
literally.
were in that circle. We were in that circle
Yep.
room.
Yep. That's the room. Yeah. It got announced, and everyone was mad because Robert Pattinson got cast as the Batman. But I take it back. Robert Pattinson killed that as the Batman, even though he's kind of as a weirdo, stalking people or with the goggles. But my expectation for the second one are a little higher because of the first one. But James Gunn is a good director and a good writer, but he didn't say he's directing or writing that movie.
There is a rumor that Ben Affleck might write this movie.
Has Ben Affleck done any good movies though? I know he directed movies before.
Has he even directed a movie?
He's directed movies before, but are they good movies? That's the question.
That's true.
So yeah, so that's why that movie is not my least expected movie, but it's not even my top 5.
Dang, not even your top 5.
Not even my top 5
projects. Okay. All right. I will say this before we continue. 2025 is gonna be amazing.
It's gonna be a good year.
We got Batman Part 2, Superman Legacy, Kane Dynasty, Fantastic Four, unknown Marvel projects and DC projects that might also release in 2025.
Can we time jump to 2025?
Possibly another Spider-Verse movie.
That'll be interesting.
Bro, 2025 is gonna be lit. I'm gonna just put that out there. But all right, so let's talk about some other things that we got here.
Okay.
So we already talked about 2 of these movies. We got 3 more. Superman Legacy. All right, there's the one everyone was talking about. The young Clark. I got a what's the word?
I'll take
a fan cast, not a fan cast, a dream. Something I want to see in this movie.
Cool.
I want to see Lex Luthor and Superman be friends. Kind of like how they did
before.
in kind of like how they did in Smallville.
So like before he becomes the villain and
Yeah,
whatnot.
because this is a young Clark Kent. So I don't think, or I don't know if they will, but I don't think they should do a evil Lex Luthor yet. But I think they could be friends. You kind of see that dynamic. I think that'd be cool.
That would be cool to see
I love
how.
Smallville, and people that watch Smallville loved it too.
Yeah, so Smallville is up there on superhero shows. I never really seen it. If I do go back to watch it, it's like the CGI is so up, like not there. Like I seen clips about the show, but
But it's still good. It's still good.
yeah, I I know, but so yeah, so the CGI what is the bad the one of the things that stopping me from watching Smallville, I'm pretty sure is for myself is one of the greatest comic book shows, and there's a lot of testimonies that people love that show, like they will rewatch it multiple
Yeah.
times. But I don't know. But yeah, Superman Legacy is also coming 2025. Young Clark, we've seen that before as a young Clark going working on Planet, Planet whatever it's called. Um, where he works as a
Daily Planet.
Daily Planet. I don't know what I. Yeah. So Daily Planet and probably falling in love with Lewis Lane, um, all that basic stuff that we've
or
seen
Lana.
before.
Or Lana, because he's young.
I don't think he's gonna be that young on here.
I don't know.
Maybe he's getting over her.
Good. Yeah.
Maybe getting over her. That'll be interesting to also see because they on the show Superman and Lewis they talk about more of their past relationship before he moved on and do what he did. Um, but yeah, so it'll be cool to see.
I'm excited. But I am still more excited for Brave and the Bold for the reasons I said earlier. But everyone loves Superman. I mean, who doesn't love Superman? This is like our 1,000 Superman that we've gotten. But also we have like 1,000 Batmans as well. So I mean,
Yeah,
you're given you take.
that's what I'm
Next,
saying. If James Gunn gave me like a couple $100, I will be like, yo, I will give you a bunch of projects that you can do that is not repetitive. Like I'm so tired.
well, we want a Superman and Batman.
Yes, but like there's other Supermans and Batman that also team up. Like we don't have to always get Clark Kent. We don't have to get Bruce Wayne.
We do want to
Like
get Clark Kent, but we're
we're
also
gonna,
not getting Clark Kent. We're getting Supergirl too.
yeah, but like I'm tired of it. Like
You're not gonna
why?
be tired of it when you watch it. You're gonna be like, "This is good."
It's gonna be good, but like I'm tired of it.
Okay,
There's so many Clark Kents. There's
but
so many Bruce
also,
Waynes.
in DC's defense,
That's the good thing that makes money. That's why they keep doing it.
exactly.
They're money grabbing people, bro. They just
Okay,
making the same projects, different names, different
and we're
directors,
still gonna buy it, and we're
and
still
we're
gonna
still
be in the
gonna
tickets.
and our dumb butts. We just gonna here take my money to see the same movie with different versions of it, and then to make it all cool. Later on, they make a multiverse movie and bring everybody back.
It is what it is. So there's two movies. We got The Authority, which is anti-Justice League. I mean, come on. I love team up movies, and this is like anti-team up movie. Come on, this is gonna be good. What do you think?
I don't know much about them. All I know they're another version of the Justice League. So I will say they're the bootleg version of the Justice League. But I personally do not know much of who they are or who is in the team. But because I don't know
I
who
think
they
of the
are,
Thunderbolts
mm,
because they're like
no.
morally gray people.
The
Morally gray
Thunderbolts
people.
is a Suicide Squad. That's the equivalent.
No, because I don't think they're gonna kill off as many people in the Thunderbolts.
I know, but like that's the equivalent of each universe, whatever you want to call it. But this the Authority it's another version of the Suicide Squad. That's basically what it is. Because I don't know much of it, I am putting a low on my expectations of it until I learn who's in it, what they're about. But so far, I don't want to speak too much on it because I don't know what's on it.
But also one, team ups. Two,
Yeah, I guess.
this
Yeah,
could
you love team
be
up movies.
this could be another project that takes a group of people that we don't really know and really like them. Think of Guardians.
No, 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 don't do that again. Because you can't say Guardians for every time you want to make a point of another team up movie because there is a Suicide Squad and the Suicide Squad. Like
Uh-huh.
the Suicide Squad with James Gunn and the other one with Avery, whatever.
Yeah.
Um bunch of randos team up and didn't do so great. One is better than the other one. I'm not gonna say which one is which because you may have different opinions of which one you like.
No, we're
But
gonna say our opinions.
the
The
Suicide Squad
Suicide Squad.
is better. James Gunn is a better director for that, and Sean, if you're listening, you can suck it. But you can't like we can't expect this the luckiness that we got with the Guardians of the Galaxy to happen again with another team up movie.
But it's also the
When
same
yes, but
James
James Gunn
Gunn.
James Gunn is a CEO. Does not mean he could be the director for it because
But he
I don't
also
know,
could.
he could
He's gonna
if
be
he
the
is.
director for certain stuff.
I know because that's what he is. He's a movie director, but now he's the CEO of this
But
massive.
he's still gonna be overwatching it.
Yeah, of course. That's what Kevin Feige does. So like, we'll see for the authority if hopefully we do get lucky again and we love this group and by the years we'll be sad whenever one of them dies and I'm still on the Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I know it's gonna be
Not
so
ready.
hard to
Not
watch.
ready.
Yeah, I'm not ready for May. But
All right.
yeah, that's it. Yeah.
The last one was Swamp Thing, which personally I don't have much to talk about it. They said it just the dark origins of Swamp Thing. I don't really know much of Swamp Thing
It's a thing in a
besides
swamp.
um what's Injustice, where we got a little bit of Swamp Thing and Injustice, but that's really about it. I don't know if you know more about it, but it's gonna be kind of like a horror movie, which is cool.
Yeah.
I mean, we've never gotten a horror. The only horror movie esque is Doctor Strange 2, which it is what it is.
Yeah. Swamp Thing. Swamp Thing is the thing in the swamp. Um, there is a show about it, so I don't know why they're bringing it to here. The only reason I could think of why they're bringing it is to build up the dark side of the DC with
Yeah,
like all the horror stuff like Marvel is
the
doing right
monster
now.
part of the of the gods
Yeah,
and monsters.
yeah, just like these Marvel is doing right now with the Midnight Suns. They're creating,
Mm.
they're planting their stuff with Werewolf by Night and basically Swamp Thing by the Marvel version of it. I forgot the actual name of the character. With Dark Knight, Blade, and all or whatnot. But yeah, so I
Man
get
Thing? Are you talking about Man Thing?
Man Thing. Yeah, that's what it is. Um, that could be the possibility of why they're introducing Swamp Thing and also doing horror stuff because the animation show it's like that. It's literally the Midnight Suns, but the version of
Yeah,
DC. Yeah, so Swamp Thing is pretty low for me.
it's pretty low, but who knows? We might be surprised. We could be
Yeah,
surprised with any of these. I mean, all we have titles. They're like a. So we got 5 shows. We're on the show side now. We got Creature Commandos, which is basically monsters like vampires, werewolves, that type of stuff, teaming up to
yeah,
take down Nazis. Uh, I don't know. That definitely sounds like a video game, like a video game to me. I don't know much about them, but this is kind of like what's starting off DC. And it's an it's an animated show, but they're going to be turned into live action at some point. So that's cool. Kind of seeing I think that's cool because it makes us think of Spider Verse. We were so excited for Spider Verse. So like, oh, what if this guy goes into live action, or the other way around? What if Tom Holland's live action goes into animated? So kind of like
yeah,
seeing a transition. That's pretty cool. But I don't really have much to say about it. You have anything to say about it?
yeah. It's Midnight Suns. That's all I can think of. It's like the monster side of it. like I'm not really too familiar with the monster side of the DC stuff. So like Swamp Thing,
Hmm.
this people, like that's all I can think of. All I can think of is Midnight Suns whenever they do come up.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so like that one specifically because it's animation and it's stuff that I don't know is the least one for me out of the all the shows.
Out of all of them, really,
Wait, I forgot. Wait, so it's Golden Boy. I call him Golden Boy because
Golden Boy, Booster
Golden Boy.
Gold,
Yeah. The
Paradise Lost,
that's
Lanterns, Waller, and
that
Creature Commandos.
Paradise Lost is my most anticipated TV show.
Your most anticipated?
Yeah,
Okay.
Paradise Lost.
All right, but we'll talk about that one in a second. That was our last one. We got to go down the order. All right,
Okay,
we
okay.
got Waller. We got Waller. You watched Peacemaker. I haven't, so you might have more to say about this. But it takes place in between season 1 and season 2. Personally, I would say this is the least of everything that's coming out. This is probably in the bottom 3 for me.
It could be down there for a couple of reasons. One, why? This is one of the shows that I was like, yay, Paris Lost, and then Waller. What? Why? Okay. I don't know. I don't know if this is like a time gap for James Gunn to have time to write season 2 of Peacemaker.
That's a theory. That's a theory.
That's the theory. That's the joke that's going around. What else? Okay, so Peacemaker. Peacemaker was a really good show. I know Daniel hasn't seen it for some reason. I don't know why. It's literally one of the funniest shows there is. It's so good. It gets dumber, but it's good. If they continue to do the same thing they did in Peacemaker and bring it to Waller, it may be better for people that like they're like, why do we need this? But yeah, so like I am more interested on watching that than the Commandos one because I know how Peacemaker was. So there's a bar already there. So like,
but it's also not
bar,
with Peacemaker. It's Waller.
Some people are there because Waller. Okay, so if Waller is like Ross from Marvel, like he brings people in or whatever, does the balls, and she does the same thing. You see Suicide Squad, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, so like she may either be recruiting people or we see what she goes through on a day to day, what she needs to do what she does with all this super people that are just in prison or whatnot. We may see like a different point of view of how things are done because we may see her as the bad guy sometimes, but she's there to like save Earth.
Like a Nick Fury.
In a way.
We see him kind of like a bad guy at some points, and then we're like, oh, maybe he is good.
Yeah, so like their approach of saving the Earth is either you do this and survive, or you do that and die. Like there's no option 3.
Yeah,
they're like we may get a different perspective of how she does things on that show.
Okay. I don't really care for it, but we'll see. We'll see.
I feel like you need to watch Peacemaker in order to
I probably
go through because it's in between it. It's on the same universe. Whatever.
All right. So we got Booster Gold, which is basically a comic relief character from the future. He sucks. He's like no one cares about him in the future, so he goes back to the past to make him look cool. Makes me think of Reverse Flash, superhero from the future. Not praised in the future, so goes to the past. Maybe. But makes me think about him, except he's a comic relief character.
Yeah.
Okay. Initially, I was like, I don't really care for this. But
is it live action or is it animation?
I don't remember.
I don't think
they did say this character is like a very like fan favorite comic book character. I'm not super invested into Booster Gold, so I wouldn't know. But apparently he's very popular. So it might be a good show. I haven't gotten the hype for it that other people might have.
Yeah. So we need to do our research on this. Like
there's multiple things.
There's multiple things that we need to do our research on. But this is one for sure because I have never heard at all. Call me out. I'm not a comic book fan or whatever, but I never heard of this person at all. So like I have no idea who he is.
All right, I will say, I don't know if it's animated or live action. I'm pretty sure it's live action because there's been fan castings for him already, which was, I mean, damn fast. But it's a HBO Max series,
Yeah.
and I did see one, and I kind of really like it. If you've seen the pictures of Booster Gold, maybe we can put a picture down here. Booster Gold, Glenn Powell from Top Gun. Okay, point is, he seemed like a really good fan casting. I dig it. I wouldn't mind.
I'll
I
see
think
it.
he
Yeah.
also came out and said that he would be interested in the role, and that's why they were fan casting him. See, apparently this guy's popular. Booster Gold. I've never heard of him. We need to do our research. But that's besides the point. Now we got two more shows, and then I want to talk about something real quick. So, Lanterns, Green Lantern. Honestly, this is on my top three. I've been wanting a Green Lantern
Yeah.
for
Forever,
so
bro.
long because all we've gotten is Ryan Reynolds one, which sucks. We need a Green Lantern. Green Lantern is like top tier OP character, like maybe not OP, but well, kind of OP. But he's a top tier
Yeah.
character in the DC world, and we've gotten like nothing for him. A little tease in Zack Snyder's Justice League at the very end, but come on, we need Green Lantern. So I'm super excited for this. This is gonna be a live action. I'm ready. They said it's gonna be like a detective type
Yeah.
movie,
Good.
and then it's supposed to lead into like the big bad. They said that
Yeah.
they find some like something went crazy or something went wrong, and it leads into like the big bad, like the Thanos, the King, the Avengers movie. So like this has got to be good. This has got to be good.
You
Why are
sound
you
like
laughing?
that. You sound like that. That was funny. Okay. So talking about that. Yeah. Lenters is a very a show that people wanted forever. Right? It says HBO Max has been a fan. They've been saying the Green Lantern, whatever, it's gonna come up. So far, it's not out until now. Um, so yeah, it's gonna be following Jon Stewart and how um doing good and bad cop type of thing. But my question is, talking about what you said at the very end, who do you think is a big bad for this chapter?
Ooh, good question. Yo, I got no clue. All I can think about is Dark Side, but we know it's not gonna be Dark Side. Let's be real. Who is like an OP like DC villain?
Dark side. So I feel if we're going with other projects that we have seen, I feel like they should do Dark Side, and that's how the Justice League is formed.
They're not gonna do Dark
Because
Side. They already showed Dark Side.
yeah, but so what?
All right, so I think a good DC villain besides Dark Side, Brainiac. We got Brainiac in Injustice,
Yeah,
and that kind of like brought people together. So he's got to be a top tier villain. We haven't seen him before. Well, we saw him in Smallville for like a little bit and here and
yeah,
there, but not like the big bad. So Brainiac, I think, would be a really good one. Darkseid is also a good one. We only got a tease of Darkseid, and if they're really planning this out with like phases or chapters and all this stuff, Darkseid would be a really good one. But I like Brainiac. I think he would be a cool one.
yeah. I I also think Lex Luthor could be another big bad, even though he's like mostly
Mm,
Batman. I mean not Batman, Superman. Um, but he
Superman.
has gone against the Justice Leagues. Like Lex
He
Luthor,
has
like
because he's smart. He's very
he's like the
intelligent
Tony Stark of that of the universe of. But
of
yeah,
villains.
so yeah, because he has gone against them. So like that could be another
That's
big
true.
bad.
But also, if we're getting monsters and gods, I feel like we got to go above human.
Yeah.
And Lex Luthor is like a top tier villain. No, I mean that's no doubt. And they could make him even more OP if they wanted to, because in the comics he goes crazy. But I think you got to go above human. So I'd say Darkseid or Brainiac. You pick your you take your pick. But our
Yeah.
last show, I already forgot the name.
Bruh. The best one, the one that I'm most anticipated, the show that I want to see the most is Paradise Lost, which is a prequel to the story of Wonder Woman. So Wonder Woman is not going to be part of the show at all. This is years before that even takes place. So I'm excited because the way that he described it, it's like another Game of Thrones,
Another Game of
Westeros
Thrones.
sort
Yeah.
of thing, and I love Game of Thrones, is except for the last season.
One of the best shows made.
Yeah, and I cannot wait. That's just because of that. He put the bar so high.
He put the
that
bar
I-
high.
because he compared that to Game of Thrones. Like, come on, you can't compare a show that's not out yet to Game of
To
Thrones
Game of Thrones.
unless you know
It's
it's
good.
gonna be that good. Yeah,
Yeah.
like he, yeah. So like that's
And we've seen how like low key OP they are in the Zack Snyder cut, because that one had more footage with Themyscira, and they were putting up I mean they're going ham on Steppenwolf. So having like a whole show revolve around Themyscira, we get to see it more, learn more about their culture. They're badass women. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be dope.
it's gonna be dope. I can't wait for that one. That is. And yeah, so we know. Okay, so for that, I am happy that it's a different story, even though it's about like powerful women, just like Wonder Woman, but it's not Wonder Woman.
Right.
There's more characters
not Wonder.
involved. So that's why I'm also
New
intrigued to
people.
watch it. Exactly. So it's new people, different thing that we probably haven't seen in live action or any other way, other probably in comics. But yeah, I cannot wait for that one. Yeah, it's gonna be so good.
All right, so we also got some other updates. One with the Flash. They said they might. I think this is a more like propaganda type of thing, because if they come out and say, "Hey, yo, yeah, he's not going to be there," they're going to lose money. They're going to lose money if they say that. So I think it could be propaganda. However, they did say, James Gunn said himself, The Flash is one of the best superhero movies ever made.
I don't care.
Ever
I don't
made.
care. I don't care.
Ever made.
Honestly, I don't care. It could bring everybody to tears of the emotion of this movie could bring. I still don't care. In the same sentence, no,
you will when you see it.
Probably on HBO Max.
You're gonna see it in the theater, and you're gonna like it.
I will probably love it. That's why
you're gonna love it. You're gonna hate yourself for loving it.
Exactly. How are you gonna tell me of the same sentence? Henry Cavill's not gonna be Superman, but this idiot is gonna be Flash after the Flash movie. Like, how a person that's a fan of this universe,
but they didn't say he's gonna stay as the Flash. They said
exactly
they might stay as the Flash,
and they might stay, may not, but they didn't say no.
It's true.
And again, it could be just the way to save the movie after all, because
but he said Henry Cavill was never fired.
They can suck it. They can suck it. They can suck it, Daniel. I cannot say other words.
Saying what he said. Henry Cavill was never fired, according to James Gunn.
Because apparently he was never hired. So why? No, okay. He was never fired for the Superman project because he was never cast for that Superman project.
Yeah.
But they said we are working on a Man of Steel 2 after his announcement of going to be Superman after Black Adam. Say I'm wrong. I'm not wrong. Thank you very much. They teased us so hard with that crap, and like later on they said, "Oh, Ezra Miller may stay as a Flash." No, I'm not okay with it. If they do that, I'm sorry, but I'm done with DC.
You're
I
not
don't
done with
care.
DC.
I don't care. They're good. You know what? I might ask other people to play my HBO account, and then I'll watch it. So my money is not going towards that, even though they count for views. But I will watch it on HBO Max. I will not go to a movie theater and sit down and watch a universe that Ezra Miller is the Flash after his movie.
We'll see. We'll see.
I'm not.
We'll see.
It's bullcrap.
Whatever. We'll see.
I'm mad now.
Messi's got a rant going on. Okay, but we also heard the door is still open for Aquaman, or for Jason Momoa and Gal Gadot to return. Now, they did say Jason Momoa always saw Aquaman as a trilogy. I feel like they wouldn't mention that comment unless he was returning for Aquaman 3. And he did say Jason Momoa. So they left the door open for Gal Gadot and Jason Momoa. Now, I don't know about Gal Gadot, but they did specifically say James Gunn said Jason Momoa always saw Aquaman as a trilogy. I don't think he would say that unless Aquaman 3 was happening. And I know we had fan casts and saying that he would like to be Lobo and Lobo whatever, Lobo this, Lobo that. James Gunn also said no actor will play two characters in the same universe. So Jason Momoa is either Lobo, he's Aquaman, or whoever he is going to be. He's only going to be that one person. So I ask you this question, Messi. Does Jason Momoa return as Aquaman and or Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman?
Honestly, I do not want them back. Hear me out.
But do they? But do
hear
they?
me out. Okay, do they come back? That's really up to them. I don't know. It's really depending how the movie turns out. Because if the movie sucks,
what movie are we talking about?
Aquaman 2.
Okay, but what about Wonder Woman? There's no movie coming out. But is she returning? You can't say based awesome. Off. Okay. You can't. Okay, so is she returning?
It's hot. I'm getting high here.
James Gunn even said the second movie sucks.
Can you listen? Can you listen to me?
I'm asking you a question.
Let me answer your question with more words than a yes or no.
All right.
Yes, I will love them to be back, but why will you keep these characters and not keep Henry Cavill as Superman? Why recast one person or two people or even three because Cyborg's not back?
Yeah.
Batman and Henry Cavill. Why recast all of them and just keep only two out of the original cast?
Because they're making a younger Superman.
Yeah, but so that means if they're making a younger Superman, whenever they do go to the time jump of whatever Aquaman is taking place and Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman is taking place, would Henry Cavill come back? Because if that's the case, they can have the same Aquaman movie going on at the same time as Superman movie if it's younger. That wouldn't make sense. So yes, I would love them to see them again as their surprising roles, but I don't, because it wouldn't make sense. Not just because of Henry Cavill, just it wouldn't make sense if that's what they're trying to do. So if they do continue with a third one, I think it should be like a Elseworld DC stuff. Not DCEU. Like if Jason comes back to play Aquaman, keep it separate, because the second one, and even the first, not the second one, the first one, it didn't really tie into the Justice League movie.
Yeah, it was just
so there. Like it was just there. Like it didn't connect. It didn't make sense how everything happened, how it happened. So I don't know.
No, that's a good point. So, okay, but you still haven't answered my question. Do they return? Or at least one of them.
I don't know. It's really dependent
I
on
mean,
how
if you had to place
Jason.
a bet, if you were a betting man,
No, I don't want to be a better bet because I will probably lose.
every time I bet, I lose. So,
I okay. No,
they don't return.
no.
I don't think Gal Gadot returns. I think Jason Momoa returns as Aquaman.
Okay. So you say
Just
that.
strictly because why else would he be like, oh yeah, Jason Momoa always saw it as a trilogy? There's no reason to say that unless there's a third Aquaman.
So that's probably on the works. That's probably how it is. But if they do that, they should keep it Elseworld, not the main one.
Mhm.
If
I
they keep
agree.
it main,
I
if
agree.
they keep it main one, it's not gonna really
It's gonna be
tie
weird.
in
Yeah, it's
to
gonna
the
be weird.
younger version of the characters, unless they're doing time jumps in between movies. Because if you think about it, if you really think about it, Batman and Superman, they're doing their stuff at around the same time.
Yeah.
If we're seeing a younger Superman, and then we're gonna see an older Batman with Damian Wayne, because that's years. Damian Wayne is like years before. There's Dick Grayson, there is Jason
Yeah,
Todd,
he's got to
there
be
is
older. Batman has to be
yeah,
older.
exactly. So on like the years are not gonna like make sense, or unless some way or some shape or form there's a younger Superman and older Batman. Like that's the only way I can mix and match each other.
Okay. All right. I got one last question before we wrap up our show. Should Marvel also adapt the Elseworlds type of thing and have some of their projects not connect to the greater MCU?
Yeah,
I agree. I think
yeah.
certain projects, like, I mean, granted, I don't know what they're going to be about, but Agatha, um, what's her
Well,
face?
I guess that it's already connected because of Scarlet Witch. The show that could be separate or Elseworld, Moon Knight could be Elseworld. Eternals could be Elseworld. Midnight Suns in general could be Elseworld. Because okay, so I'm thinking about this. How is Moon Knight gonna fight Kang on Kang Dynasty? That's what I'm thinking. Like, how is that gonna mix
I don't
or
know. I don't
exactly as
know.
I'm saying? Like if they do Elseworld and keep that separate and just keep the main ones on here, yeah, that would be cool.
How is Haley Steinfeld gonna fight Kang? You can say the same thing.
No. Hawkeye was fighting on Endgame
No, yeah,
with
but that's not
monsters.
Hawkeye.
No, but she does the same thing as Hawkeye. She's Hawkeye now, so she does the same thing. I don't want to hear that because they're gonna be fighting aliens and bullcrap and whatnot. But I'm saying like Moon Knight because when we saw Moon Knight on the show, he wasn't really connected to anything. There was no mentions of the main
Yeah.
timeline other than the blips. That's because it's already established that happened already.
Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, the blips could happen in every universe. Like
That's true. Could happen anywhere.
Thanos didn't snap only on his fingers on this earth, so
That's a good one. All
I don't
right.
know.
So this wraps up our show. We had a big day today. DC news everywhere. Comic book fans going crazy. Hopefully for the good. This is a
Yeah.
step in the right direction. Whether you're excited about everything or not, it's a step in the right direction. We'll see what's going to happen. It's going to be a long way out, but it's going to be good. You can follow me at Danny42 with 3 N's. 2 is taken on Instagram. Let me know who you are so I don't think you're weird. If not, you can go to this guy.
Yeah, you can follow me at Messi.17_. Yeah, let us know who you are. But if you don't want to follow us on our individual page, you can always follow us on Qualified Heroes, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and as you know, we're not on Snapchat, so do
Not on
look us
Snapchat.
Snapchat. But yeah, so today was a big day for us, for a bunch of nerds. Let us know in the comments whether you like the lineup or you don't, and maybe we'll debate. Let us know.
Unqualified heroes.
Bow.